you can, kawan, you can you can save.
The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. I know a lot of people are probably watching that March Madness over there. I was just looking at the highlights of San Diego State and Florida Atlantic. I was actually stationed in San Diego. I went to A school there in the Navy. I used to go to Balboa Park, Rosecrans Street. Shout out to the NTZ crew. What's up, Michael Alexander? Thank you, brother, for all your support. There's Jacob Chanje. I'm pretty sure Michael Beat Your Life will be on here. I appreciate what y'all do for the live stream. Any new viewers and subscribers watching for the first time, anyone that's going to catch this on replay, and of course, my old heads. There's Doubtful Genius. He said, good day. Thanks for providing the info on the ferry. Well, this is a good way to start out because I got it at the top. There's a ferry accident a couple of days ago, and I'm pretty sure I've been inside that terminal with some of these victims. Over 31 people dead. The boat was going from Zamboanga City to Honolulu. And when you're in the terminal, you could either be going to Dumaguete, Manila, Tawi, Honolulu, Baziland, a lot of those places. And I'm pretty sure I walked past, I maybe sat with some of these people, but I'm glad he brought this up because, guys, a lot of my vlogs are real life vlogs. You know, I can't talk about dating all the time, but I do want to talk about things that may affect you when you get over here. And ferries are one of them. February 11th, I just did a vlog on ferries and how dangerous ferries can be over here. And I'll be damned if it's a ferry accident, 31 people died. I mean, the captain and crew need to be commended because they shipwrecked. I want to say when they ran the ship aground because people were jumping off the ship into the water, and many of them probably drowned. So they ran it aground so people could jump off and be on dry land, which probably saved a lot of people. Michael Alexander, thanks for that super chat. He said, much love, Brother Calvin. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of those people died, man, because they jumped in that water. But just be careful, man, when you just know that this type of stuff can happen. I don't just make vlogs just to be making them. But yeah, it was with a heavy heart that I had to announce that, man. Wow. And children died, that thing caught on fire. They really don't know what caused it. Some people are saying it was an air condition up front, but it was quick thinking by the captain and crew that was able to save a lot of lives. W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He says, Cal, have you heard from OG Fred? I messaged him and he said he's been busy. They're renovating a couple of houses over here. But Fred lives in Guam. And, it's not like we hang out or anything. He lives in Guam, but he did message me back. And he said, yeah, he's been busy. I think he's renovating 2 houses over there. He said he didn't have any idea it was going to take so long to do it. But he's doing okay. Oh, yeah, I said a buzzer beater. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. What's up, Richard? There's Kamal. Vince Lawson said, what's up, I'll be back in St. Carlos next week. Yeah, Gail messaged me and she said she had 2 friends who wanted to meet foreign guys. I found this kind of strange. And she said she's reaching out to me because I've got a lot of foreign friends. And I said, I want to apologize, Gail, but I don't interview women anymore. I said, it brings a lot of trouble my way. I said, but you need to talk to Vince Lawson and Greg Williams. Maybe they can help you. Because I can't. I don't do it anymore. It brings too much trouble my way. And, those women like that, guys, because I put right here, all Filipinas are not a good catch. This is what she made me say. And some of these women need to be left alone, man. Every woman, just because she's a Filipina doesn't mean she's a great catch, guys. It's what, we don't generalize for the bad, but we certainly don't generalize Filipinos for the good either. You can't paint them all with a brush and say, oh, these are nice women. They're going to make great girlfriends and wives. No, okay? That's not true. And I think people are, when the whole world tells you how beautiful you are and how great you are and all that, people start believing it, man, and that's what's going on over here. I told you, they already think we're desperate and we'll take anybody. So just be on the lookout for that. But, yeah, I couldn't help Gail, and I was kind of shocked. Y'all never asked me to do that. She said one was 56 years old, which is a big red flag right there, but the other one was 21. I'm sorry, I can't do it because I know what it's all about. It's all about trying to, get an upgrade. What's up, Hang Lee? What's up, Stylish Over 60? And I want to congratulate King Arthur, one of our longtime subscribers, on his retirement. March 31st was his last day. He jumped off the hamster wheel, so he's got a used hamster wheel for sale. If anybody's looking for one. He's out of all of that rhetoric, and he's living life on his own terms now. He said he'll be coming over to the Philippines to check it out pretty soon. He's been through a lot of ups and downs. This certainly is an up for him. I'm happy for him. I wish he'd have gave me another day or two. Hell, I'd have bought a cake. What's going on, Sam Champion? He said, checking in, Cal, from historic Fort Knox. It's quite windy here today and scary from the storm. I saw one of my friends that did a Facebook post. He said, man, if you're out there, get inside. I remember one of the only insurance claims that I actually, I had 2 insurance claims, but that I filed when I had my home in America. One was a windstorm, I want to say September of 2011 or something like that. Yeah, the wind, I sustained a lot of damage to my house. I think they gave me a check for like $14,000 or something. Ryan Scudder said, nice to hear that theme song. Yeah, Ryan, I've got it back because my laptop's working again. And so I asked Anthony Edwards to send me the file so I could actually have the file on my computer. And I'm pretty sure he's going to do that whenever he gets time. But yeah, we always have a topic. It says why we experience less stress in the Philippines. Because me and Clay was, you dirty puppy. That was his house last night. And we were just talking, man. We had a good conversation last night. I mean, he was half twisted But it was a good conversation. He was talking about he had bought a new blood pressure monitoring, device to keep track of his blood pressure. He said, but when he got home, he couldn't put the damn, band around his arm. It was too small. And he had to tell this story. It was so funny. But he was saying that, how his stress level goes down. And we just talked about it a little bit. And I said, I want to make this the title because it's true. Remember I told you I was a chronic nail biter and all that. But when I came over here, man, all that stuff disappeared. And I just got a few things that I'm going to talk about. And of course, you can talk about some things too, or whatever you want to talk about over here. Some of the reasons why I think that is. What's up, DG? Says, hello, brother Cal. Have you ever heard from Texas to Zoe and Rudy? Keep up the good work. You're doing a great thing over there. No, I think it was a misunderstanding. They're like this. They were when they were on my channel. They were like this. But I believe what happened was Texas to Zoe. Remember that time when they called him, his internet connection was slow. And he was doing something. He called him in a funny pose. And people ripped him for it, man. That's the last time he's ever been on the channel. But, there's no hard feelings. I don't have any hard feelings toward anybody over here, man. I don't have time for that. See, that's one of the reasons, and this is one of the last things I'll put. It says people who stress us over there, they're not over here. And there's no arguing about politics, sports, religion, race, and all the other stuff that we argue about over there. That keeps my stress down. So I'm not going to start arguing with people over here over that foolishness. He says, Matrix said, Cal, what do you think of the 200,000 plus cops arrived in New York City for Tuesday Trump arrest? See what I'm saying? I'm not picking on you, Matrix, but this kind of stuff I don't even talk about over here. I wouldn't care, man. I don't know why we do the things we do over in America anymore. See, I'm out of that. I'm on the outside looking in, and it looks real crazy over there. It's so divided, and sometimes, I get embarrassed, especially when stuff like this happens, But I could care less about them police over there because Clegg said something about the police last night. He said, Calvin, I'll never forget what you said about the police over here. He said, they treat me totally different from the police in America. See, I don't have that stress anymore every time I'm in my car. And I'm doing nothing. I don't have a police record. Let me remind you. But if I let the police pull up behind me, I'm sweating, and everything, man. I'm liable to commit an infraction, and then they can pull me over. I don't have that over here. I don't give a damn that they showed up. F Trump, F them 200,000 plus police and whatever message they're trying to send. It's foolishness over there, man. Hey, what's up, Gerald? He said, hello, Cal from Delaware. I always enjoy this education from Boots on the Ground. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons I don't have that stress. I don't give a damn about Trump. I don't wish bad luck on anybody. Trump is no different, guys, than all the rest of them. You think he's any better? You think Biden is any better than Trump? Y'all need to go back and look at Biden's damn history. He's worse than Trump. Same with Obama and all that old foolishness, man. Come on, guys. That's why I don't stress over here. I don't care because I know what's going on now. I don't buy into all that rhetoric. Hey, Marge, WMPH Vlog says, how you and your wife, Calvin? Oh, we're doing good. Jam Silver, what's up? But yeah, that was the last one that I had wrote down to people. Every now and then, and this is what me and Clegg was talking about last night, you need a fellow American, a fellow British, or somebody you can relate to sit down and have a good conversation like we had last night, like we have at those meet and greets, because it's good for your mental condition. Because when me and Marilyn talk, we've been together almost 4 years. Next month will be 4 years. And, we can't have the type of conversation that's going to challenge me and it's going to work my muscle up here like me and Clegg had last night. We talked about everything, in a good way. Hey, thank you, Waru Wadab. RV, thanks for reminding me of this. Holy Week is next week, guys. Government agencies have day Wednesday, April 6th to 10, no work. If you plan on, remember I did this last year, I did a video on this. Traveling during Holy Week. You don't want to be traveling, man. Get somewhere and just stay there until Holy Week is over. Every port, every airport, every pier, every bus terminal is going to be just sold out. Standing room only. Get somewhere, man, and sit down, man. If you're on the beach, just stay there. If you're in Cebu, stay there. Boracay, wherever you are, just stand pat. Okay? Okay, he said New York City, where I live, is on highest alert now. And I don't understand, it's all politics. I mean, when you have a Democrat, what is he, prosecutor? I mean, it's a distraction, guys, from what's really going on. Listen, people are withdrawing money out of their in massive amounts in America over there. That should be on the news. Trump is the distraction from that. Get your money out of them damn banks. At least bring it down to the limit where they're going to insure it. Anything over that, it'd be in my damn basement. I don't give a damn. I'd have to take a chance on that rather than losing it all. What's up, Luke? He says, hey, Cal, again, I want to say how great it was to meet you a few weeks ago in San Carlos City. Yeah, I'm going back in August for good. Yeah, thanks, man. It's always a pleasure to meet foreigners here, to be honest with you. Yeah, him and his beautiful girlfriend, they came back on their way to Cebu, and they came over to the house, and I showed them the guest house and everything like that. And we had, a good conversation. Pumpkin Joe says, any follow-up on the spoof Facebook account, Cal, or did you cover this already? Well, it's that dreamer. She's doing that, trying to spread that sex tape, which is it just shows you guys, I got to take one for the team with this, but I'm just letting you know what you're dealing with when you come over here, man. All Filipinos aren't good, man. They're not, I'm not putting any blame on anybody but me. I'm putting it squarely on these sunshine shoulders, okay? You don't know who you're dealing with. You can't look at a woman and say, oh, she looks so sweet, so she probably is going to be sweet. No, But yeah, that's what that's all about. She's trying to use my Facebook account because she knows she put it out there. It was the universe that helped me. Because Marilyn just so happened to be on the Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page answering a question. And boom, it comes up. And she's like, did you change your profile picture? I said, no. And then one of my subscribers, a woman, sent it to me. And I said, what's on this video? And she said, nudity. See, the girl's trying to spread it on Facebook. You got to understand, man, no matter what somebody did, they don't deserve that. That's about as low as you can possibly get. And she's trying to use a fake account with me on there to make it look like I'm the one spreading the tape. Because what she's doing is criminal. Okay? And, she's going to hurt a lot of innocent people with that. But, yeah, what I did was I alerted all my friends. Marilyn alerted all her friends. I alerted my Sunshine Shows account. But, it's a few people have saw the tape, but it's no big deal to me. It's the big deal is to my family over here. See, and when people don't care nothing about that, I'm just telling you, man, be careful over here. Hey, W Secret Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, I can't wait to jump off the hamster wheel. I did, man. And I'm going to tell you, I left a lot of money on the table. But what good is that going to be when I'm in a damn nursing home, paralyzed on my left side because I had a stroke or something like that? Luke says, you're correct. I don't need any meds for anxiety when I'm there. Even with the dogs and chickens, I sleep like a baby. See, he's telling the truth. And this is something that I noticed when I first started coming over here to the Philippines. And, you figured out, I'm going to say this right here. You become more sexually active over here. That's one other reason, too, because this stuff isn't in order. Many of the problems we associate with stress at home can be attributed to sexual frustration. A lot of those problems just disappear with great sex on a regular basis. Okay, a lot of it just boils down to that. And you want to get rid of stress, have great sex on a regular basis. It really helps. And I'm no doctor or psychologist or anything. This is just based on my experience, my boots on the ground experiences over here in the Philippines. What's up, Stylish over 6? He said, hit the likes. Let's show Cal some love. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's true. He said, living in the fields, you must be wiser. See, I'm going to tell you, makes the things that are going on over there, it makes my decision seem so much wiser. Even though I'm no smarter or no wiser than anybody else, but I do act on my instincts, okay? On my senses, rather. Because according to sociologists, human beings, we don't have instincts. And we can argue about that, which we won't. So, I'm talking about, that's why a lot of times I do the videos I do. I don't know why I did that about that ferry. I guess because I was riding them so much. And they can be a source of joy and a source of frustration. Because the one I rode from from Cebu to Dumaguete the other day, I mean, it's just a little stretch. It took 45 minutes. This ferry was the slowest ferry that I've ever seen, that I've ever been on. I mean, it was so slow. I promise you, man, you think I'm lying. I could have ran and beat this thing. Lonnie Franklin, what's up, man? Long time. I ain't seen Ryan Franklin. No, there's no hamster wheel over here, brother. There ain't no hamster wheel over here. Gerald said, yeah, thanks for keeping the politics and other issues out of this vlog. Yeah. I mean, you know how volatile that is. And this is one of the reasons we don't have the stress over here. But yeah, sexual activity. But I'm going to tell you something else. A guy sent me a picture. He's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He sent me a picture from his bedroom window. It was snow and ice on the ground. And see, many of us don't have to deal with these cold winters that can be depressing and stressful over there. We no longer have to deal with it over here. And that's a good thing. That can be stressful. What's up, L Hover 29? Thanks for that super chat. He said, yeah, brother, less stress for real. I vape in Singapore. When I get to the Philippines, I don't. I also feel very relaxed. I'm headed to Guam today for hamster wheel purposes. Yeah, I mean, it's true, man. I guess it's because another thing I put here, we live a simpler lifestyle over here. Many of us don't work over here. And, work brings with it a lot of stress. But my lifestyle's simpler. I don't have a whole lot of bills, a lot of demands, and all of that I do when I'm at home. But whatever it is, it's true. People experience less stress over here in the Philippines. And you can see it. You can see it in their faces. You can really see it in their face. He says, a chocolate man says, these presidents are all the same. I'm looking to live a stress-free life, and the West ain't it. You know, once you get past all that rhetoric and you're able to think for yourself, you'll see, man, that it's all a show over there, man. I mean, you know, I hate to say it. You know, I love, you know, I've got a lot of great friends, and of course, my family over there, but a lot of that is rhetoric. Oh, wait, let me go back to here. He says, Jessa Joy, Pantinople, says big banks will be bailed out, small banks will not. Yeah, but the thing about it is, with your money, is your money safe? Eves Gabriel, man, I was just talking about you the other day to Maryland when we put on them wife beaters you sent me from America. Those are the best ones I've got. They're so soft, man. I mean, really, they're really soft. He says, Mr. Calvin, you're absolutely correct. The USA is slowly collapsing. That's why they are trying to distract with all the bullshit. Yes, it's true. I mean, what do you think is more important to you, the average man over there? Is it 200,000 people showing up, 200,000 cops showing up to support Trump? Are these damn banks going bust? What's up, W Secret Success? He says, she a dreamer or still a peanut? Both, really. To be honest with you, both. But it's just that I never really thought that it would get to that point. But I see that, you know, everybody knows me, man. I don't have anything to hide. You know, if you're with me, no matter what it is, I'm going to take good care of you, you know. And that's one of the ways that I ended up kind of meeting this girl, because I'll give you a little bit of background on this and then I'll move on. She was the one that sent the message to me on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page about Messenger, about helping the American in distress, the American who was like a neighbor of hers who was without electricity, water, and all of that, right? And of course, I said, no, I'm not going to do it because Maryland says it's too dangerous. Don't go there. And like 2 or 3 times I said no. So the fourth time I'm in Dumaguete, and I got some time to burn before I catch my ferry to Zamboanga. And she says it again. She says, hey, would you help him? And I said, okay, where is this place? I said. And she says 2 hours away. So I get there. She's the one who meets me there. And, you know, we go help the guy and all that. And then I'm all wet and everything. And so, you know, while things are drying, you know, I eat and we're talking about, you know, her life and stuff, man. And kind of, you know, touched me, her situation. And I thought, you know, this is a nice young lady, you know, to even reach out and want to help this man because he didn't need no help. And that's how it really all started, you know, because I would have never reached out to any woman over here. It's just a fact. I'm not that way. I don't do that. And Maryland knows that. You know, I tell you guys that I don't do that. If I did, I'd have so many women over here. I couldn't handle it. But I don't do it. But that's how it all really started. But when I look back on it now, I think she targeted me because she knew who I was. I didn't know who she was. And she just kept on asking me. See, a lot of you guys who are over there, right? They say, oh, you should have easily been able to walk away from that. Then you got guys over here who say, oh, I've been with my Philippines for all these years and I didn't do this and I didn't do that, right? But you've never really been confronted like that. It's one thing for women to just, to you to be around women, but it's another one when they kind of pushing themselves on you. It's a whole different ball game, guys. Especially a 21-year-old woman like that. But no matter what, I helped her. I really did. And then this is the way I get paid back, because she knew I was never leaving here. Because that's the first thing she said to me was, don't worry, Marilyn will never find out. I won't be a problem to you. That's what she said. Okay. Hey, El Hover, thanks for that super chase. I was at work yesterday, and my boss was tasking me with a whole bunch of BS, and I walked out of work hoping I get fired so I can end up in the Philippines. Man, you got a good job over there in Singapore. And you're one of the fortunate ones. You could do, man, hell, we could do a whole live stream on that. We could have you on this side telling us about your job over there. William Weeks, thanks for that super sticker. I appreciate it. John Gomez says, thank you, Cal, for the meet and greet. The networking is great, brother. I can say I have friends over here. I can communicate and ask questions about everything Philippines. Awesome community. Yeah, thanks, John. John's the real deal. He's been on this live stream for at least 2 years, I know. And to finally meet him in person, he's the same man in person as he is on this live stream. And it was a lot of great people there, though, man. And I'd love to interview this guy, man. And I would name not John, but there's another guy. I can't think of his name, but I would call the video the smartest man or the smartest foreigner in the Philippines, because he doesn't have a girlfriend. When I met him back in 2016 or 2017, he told me, he said, because I was with my wife and son. We just come out of the pancake house, and he was either eating in there, wherever it was. We stopped and talked for a little while. I was asking him, I said, where did you meet your girlfriend, or where's she from? He said, I don't have a girlfriend. He said, I tried that a couple of times. It didn't work. And he still doesn't have a girlfriend. So he has to be the smartest foreigner in the Philippines. And this guy is a well-established, level-headed guy. He's not some weirdo. I mean, he could easily have a woman, but he doesn't, man, because he said once they get started, he can't deal with it. Sean Statzer says the U.S. has money but lacks love. The Philippines lacks money but has love. Yeah, now the Philippines, the country, is rich. Now, the people don't have a whole lot of money, but the country certainly is rich. Let's see. Nicholas says, I'm heating up a full rack of ribs and some peach cobbler. Wow. Luke says, as for your topic, one of the biggest reasons for a stress-free life is having a Filipino who's your peace and quiet, your haven, the one who relieves the stress. No more drama queens. Yeah, but there's drama queens here, man. I'm experiencing it now. Not just me. Y'all know all the stories I've told about men losing their life savings and everything like that, guys. We can't paint every woman over here as, sugar and spice and everything nice. Some of these women need to be left alone, man. We need to start vetting these women a whole lot more than we do. See, Luke, I think you did, because you certainly have a great one. You didn't get unlucky. I didn't, but I got unlucky with that one. But I had no business even treading in those waters, but it's easier said than done. But yeah, some of these women need to be left alone. And that's a fact, man. All Filipinos aren't good, And really, I was talking to a guy the other day. I said, a traditional Filipino woman means, really has nothing to offer me. A traditional Filipino woman has something to offer a Filipino man. What would really suit me would be a traditional American woman. See, because Once we get with women over here, man, they throw that traditional stuff out, man. Merlin don't do half the stuff she used to do probably for her Filipino boyfriend. Because they're trying to get a lot of these women that we deal with that come and want to deal with us, they're trying to get away from that stuff, man. That's why they're dealing with you. They're trying to step out of that shadow, man. I mean, let's just be honest about it. That's why they, that's why they deal with foreigners. They want something different. They don't want the same stuff that they were getting before. William Weeks says, I do not eat sweets, but if the house is full of them, I will eat them. Yeah, I'm talking about the sweets, guys. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I was dead wrong. I'm putting it squarely on Sunshine's shoulders, okay? But a lot of you guys who are, hit me over the head over there, it's because you've never really been in that situation. See, when I was in America, I used to always brag to myself, like, yeah, I'm faithful to my wife. I never fooled around. Because the right woman or the wrong woman never came around. Tito Cha says, Ma'am Boontalk, Brother Cal, already put in for my pension. Don't be surprised if I return permanent before 62. Yeah, I know you got a great job over there. You probably get a lot of tips too. And congratulations again on your marriage. Now, I don't know if that stresses us out or not. Lonnie Franklin said, Cal, I'll be in the Philippines in 2 weeks. When's the next meet and greet? It's going to be at the end of this month. Excuse me. I'm waiting on Derek of Q Adventures. He's the one that hooked up the restaurant in Lapu-Lapu. He's got some connections in Cebu. Chakichi Land says, I don't know anything about women pushing up on me. The last one that came close to that wanted to fight me physically. Well, but guys always want to brag about how faithful they are. Well, it doesn't make you better. It just means you're faithful. That's all it means. It doesn't make you a better human being. I mean, and then whatever faithful gets you, okay, in the long run is what you're going to get. But, don't use that as some badge of honor. Oh, I'm faithful to my wife. Okay, yeah. Let the wrong woman come in your path. We'll see how that wilts away, Nicholas says, my dad is retiring soon and will have $9,000 a month. So proud of his hard work. I wish he would go live in the Philippines. Man, $9,000 a month, my God. El Hova says, yeah, that would be great to do a live with you, but I want to wait until I see you in person. Okay. He said, what's the peso rate today? It's 54.27. I'm sorry, I forgot that. Elliot Mercado, thanks for that super chase. One love, I'm locked in. Thank you, Alette. Now, I saw some news on the Houston television station. A little 2-year-old boy was found down in Florida in the jaws of a damn alligator. And I think they said his father had something to do with his murder because the father murdered the mother and then him. But they said the boy's body was intact. So I guess the crocodile alligator hadn't eaten him yet. He was lucky, though. William Weeks said, can we start a Facebook page of fields that we say to stay away from like they do us? See, I don't know if that would even be legal. We'd probably get in trouble for doing that. But, yeah, it would have to be. That's a great idea, though. I mean, it's a great idea. I mean, actually put their faces right there. But we would need people to be honest, see, not just scorned men who want to get back at the woman, but actually problems. Like, this woman's a problem. But eventually, she's like a troll. If you don't give them no attention, they'll go away, Journey Charles, enjoy. Thanks for that super chat. He said, most young men and women complain about men who move to Southeast Asia is they can't handle Western women and consider you guys weak. Yeah, I know. But when you get to our age, remember we're in the fourth quarter, we don't care what other people think about us because that's never paid my bills. It's never made me happy. It's just something that an insecure person would concern themselves with. See, a lot of us, we're no longer insecure. You know, we paid our dues. We've done everything that our governments have asked us to do. But another thing is our children are grown. Most of us have grown children. You know, now me, Booby, see, now having children over here can stress you. Because Booby can stress me at times. But most of us, like when I first started coming over here, my children were grown. So you don't have the stress that comes along with small children and worrying about them all the time. You don't have a name says tampon and extended. Yeah, we need to find out what's going on with these women before we go all in. I think we're going all in a lot too soon because what I've seen, and I may do a live stream on this. I would never do a regular video about this. A lot of men are coming over here getting involved with married women. And then they're actually getting involved with married women. Not that they'll get in trouble with their husband or anything, but married women over here are a problem all unto themselves. It's expensive, first of all, trying to get an annulment. It's time consuming. It's stressful. It's going to stress you the F out dealing with a married woman over here. And everything that goes along with trying to get her unmarried, it's going to stress you, man. You didn't come over here for that. I mean, some women, you just got to keep going, man, and say, hey, but that's easier said than done, right? But see, I don't deal with tampon. And I let them know right away. See, Marilyn doesn't do that. But if she does, I don't know it's tampon because she just doesn't stay mad and get quiet and do all that foolishness that people say. So I really wouldn't know what tampon is because I've never experienced it. But a Filipina said whenever your Filipino girlfriend or wife has tampon, said just hold her and be patient with her and she'll be okay. Well, see, there's risks. I'm not going to say that's true because they're not going to dump you. My wife didn't dump me. We were together. We had 4.5 beautiful years in America. It was only when we decided to move back here, did we have any problem because she wanted to go back. And I can't blame her for that, really. But that's not true. When I did the video it was talking about the risk. Man, you run a lot of risk, though. You're going to find out real quick what you got. So that's a good thing, right? You're going to find out, you don't have to play that waiting game that can go on a long time when you just have a live-in or just a girlfriend because they can wait you out. They're very patient. You'll never really know what you got. But until you know. So if you take her back to your country, you're going to know, is she a real woman or was she just with me for the visa? One Mike G guy here. Speak on tampon. Here it's brutal. My ex-Filipina had it, and need I say what a terrible, horrible thing and can end a relationship like mine. Yeah, see, I tell you to put your foot down, don't deal with it. See, because the more you let somebody get away with something like that, the more they're going to do it. The first time they do it, just go ahead and step away. especially you're not married or anything. This is what I'm telling you about vetting these women. We're coming over here, we're doing, I guess for the first month or two, you're not going to see any of that stuff. She's going to see the best of you. You're going to see the best of her. So then finally, when you see that tempo, it's too damn late. It's too late. You all in, you done bought the house and lot, or something stupid, you done, already filed for the visa, because we don't vet them. You got to give it some time. But we won't do that. Sex, man, is just, if you've been going without sex over there for so long, you may need to just come over here and just extend that for a little bit, because that's what gets us in trouble over here. They know what you want, and they're going to give it to you to get what they want, man, but that's too simple. It goes over your head. They're not doing all that stuff that they do for nothing. There's something behind it. RC in Jacksonville, thanks for that super chat. He said, "What's up, Cal?" He said, "I just stopped by to check in, as always, sending positivity and peace. Thanks for keeping it real and being you. Have a good day." Thanks, man. I know you probably heard about the little boy down there and his mother. They both got killed. Now the guy, he's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. Sean Statzer said, "I tested my fiance, Rosalia, and waited to visit her for a year. She did all that she could to prove herself. I figured out that enough is enough with testing her. There comes a time when trust is key." He says, let's see, I seen him, he picked this back up, and then I'll go back up. He says, 5 years and $6,000 later, my fiance got her annulment. See what I'm saying, guys? And it was expensive, right? I mean, it was stressful. And if you say it wasn't, then you're not being honest. It was stressful, man. The Ghost of Pennsylvania says the e-travel entry and exit actually made it easier and quicker. He must be talking to somebody. CTishay said, "Calvin, when I was stationed at Subic, I had a room in a longer pole on the weekends. My lady knocking on the front door while I had a Filipina in the bed. I lost a good woman. I let my guard down. I never let my guard down again." You make a good point. But like I said, it's easy if you're living with you and your girlfriend and you're living on an island, basically. You're not going around anybody. Nobody's coming around you. It's not like you go into the mall and you see this parade of just beautiful women. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when women push themselves on you. See, a lot of you guys, y'all don't get to experience that. So you can say, "Oh, I don't fool around on my girlfriend," I've never fooled around on my wife and all of that. Yeah, because no one's ever pushed themselves on you. No one's ever basically showed up naked at your damn door. Basically what happened to me. That's about as simple as I can explain it. But that's basically what happened to me. So how are you supposed to walk away from that? Alpino R says, "Do we have jungle fever or yellow fever or whatever they call it?" Yeah, I mean, literally jungle fever. I made a video about that. Because a lot of these women, okay, remember the woman I told you that cut me in half, sitting right next to me? Her boyfriend came to visit me, and she's talking about me like a dog. Well, they live in the damn jungle, basically. He built them a house right in the jungle. It's a nice house, but he did. He built them a house in the jungle. Their house is surrounded by nothing but coconut trees and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's jungle fever is what we have. King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He said, "Hello, guys. Guess who retired yesterday? 20 years United States Marine Corps, 28 years post office." Wow. I know your pension is sweet, but you earned it, man. Yeah, this is the answer to that guy who says the people over there think we're weak because we can't deal with Western women. That's foolishness. I was married to a Western woman for 18 years. They got to let Curly in. Hold on. Ryan, right. Let Curly in. Let Curly in. Ryan, let Curly in. Yeah, he says respect the laws where you are and the heck with what someone else thinks. Yeah. And that's true. We're at that point now. If you're still worrying about what people think about you, we can't help you. Yeah, that's a big deal, man. King Arthur. Excuse me. 20 years Marines, 28 years post office. Wow. Yeah, he said congrats. Congrats. Yeah, see, Sam Champion's got them type of big numbers like that too. What you got right now, Sam? He said to King Arthur, congrats, bro. Now you can enjoy life off that damn hamster wheel. Yeah. I would like, I know Sam Champion's got them big numbers. You got big numbers like that. Rock Harmon's got them big numbers. I think he retired 21 years Air Force, and I think he's got over 20 with as a U.S. contractor. So there's some guys on here with them big numbers, man. They can retire anytime they want. Sir Geechee Land says that Sunshine Shoulders need a new Jungle Fever movie. Seriously, imagine a new plot with a black man in Filipina. Yeah, that would. It could be anybody, really. Remember, the Filipina is the jungle. If you're dealing with the Filipino, you have the jungle fever. So it actually could be a white man and a Filipino. Craig Jacobs says the best thing to always remember is that the Coconut Telegraph, that's what it's called. The Coconut Telegraph is a real thing, and you ain't had nothing from your woman. It's small. It's small. Because 98% of adults with access to the internet have Facebook over here. And Facebook means something totally different to them than it does us. This is where they get their information. Okay, now remember yesterday was, I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Yesterday was April Fool's Day here in the Philippines, right? So, everybody's doing the same, I'm getting married. They put the positive pregnancy test thing up there, right? So Marilyn, because Marilyn's smart, she does something totally different. She puts a Toyota Fortuner up there and says, thanks, honey, you're the best, right? And people bought it hook, line, and sinker. They really thought that I had bought her even she put up there, sorry guys, April Fool. They're still commenting on it. Congratulations, ma'am. You deserve it, ma'am. It's funny. And I told her, I said, Marilyn, when she first said she was going to do it, I said, you're going to fool a lot of people because people are going to believe that. But this is what we're dealing with when we come over here. You're dealing with a segment of the population where they get their news from Facebook. And it brings a lot of problems with it, man. It brings a lot of problems. Jungle Man Space Cowboy said, I always enjoy your videos. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, here's Sam. He says, Cal, 20 years Navy, now 23 federal at the GS-14 level. Wow. Hell, you need to, I know you rolling in the dough over there, Sam. Is your wife working over there? Excuse me. WC for Success says, man, that fruit tastes better when you're sneaking. Then once you get caught, we realize the fruit tastes the same that's at home, and it costs way more too. Yeah, man, that's a great point you're making, man. Thanks for that super chat. For some reason, it does in our mind. But let me be honest for just 1 second, and I'll move on. Even though Maryland's 40 and the young lady was 21, she didn't have nothing on Maryland. I don't know what happened there, but it was almost as if things were reversed. She felt like a 40-year-old woman, where Maryland feels like a 21-year-old woman, if you know what I mean. And I don't know what that came from. No, I don't. No, me and Maryland got a great understanding, man. Yeah, GS14. He's up there, man. Yusuf Amar Habib, he says, Calvin, for the last couple of years, I specifically said I plan on coming in summer, fall 2023. It's almost time. I'm nervous, but also looking forward to it. Yeah, excuse me. This is what I did about Thailand. And then Jeffrey Tatter came to my rescue. I was apprehensive about it, but I was very excited. Gerald Wilkinson, Calvin, can you have Maryland join you to give an additional perspective that we as foreigners should be aware of to experience less stress? Well, she's not, wanting to get on now.
I can join next time.
But she says she'll join next time, which will be on the panel. She'll be on the panel. I'm gonna have her in the other room, but she'll be on the screen. But she's come up with an idea. She wants to ask me questions, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna be about the dreamer situation or not, but she said when she's ready. I said okay. So look for that. Maurice Holmes said, big bro, these tornadoes are running wild here, man. See? But they're always worried about typhoons over here. Okay, Carlos said, 4 times coming to see my wife, and I'm loving it. So are you married? And she's still over here? Or what's going on? But yeah, guys, let's stop painting all these Filipinos as a good catch. Okay, and I'm not picking on them, but I'm not generalizing, because they always say, oh, don't generalize Filipinos, when we talk about something bad. Well, but if you say something good, then they want you to think that every Filipino fits into that mold. No, some of these women need to be left alone, guys. I promise you. They're not what you think they are. I mean, really. Okay, yes, in the Philippines. So she's married, you're married, and you're at home. You're in your country, and she's here. Wow. I don't know, man, them long-distance relationships, man. But if anybody new here, the peso's 54.27. There was a ferry accident, man. 31 people died. About 2 hours. It left from Zamboanga City heading to Holo Salud about 2 hours into the trip. I want to say that's like a 15-hour trip or something. It caught fire. People were jumping off the ship into the water. And quick thinking, the captain and crew, they ran the ship aground and saved the lives of a lot of people. It's like 250 people on that ship, I want to think. Right now, 31 confirmed dead, according to ABC, according to Al Jazeera, including children. And I put that on my community page because February 11th, 2023, I did a video on the ferry system over here. And I just wanted to kind of show you that I don't just make videos just to make them. This is a real life channel. I talk about things that you may experience over here. It's more than women over here. It's more than dating, man. It's so many dating videos out there, man. It's ridiculous. And whenever I see a new one, it just kind of baffles my man. I'm like, well, what can you add to the conversation that hasn't already been said? But y'all eat it up. It's like it's new. It's like it's nothing new, man. Listen, here's the dating scene in a nutshell. You get online. That's it. That's where 99% of us are meeting women. Online. That's it. Okay? End the story. They can spin it all they want and fluff it up and make it prettier and sweeter than it is. But that's all it is. They're meeting the women. You meet the women online. Okay, so I don't know, but I made that video because then I made the one about, the best way to get around in the Philippines is by bus. And I talked about the 4 planes crashing, and because the Philippines only has 70 airports. I'll give you a perfect example of what I was talking about. When you fly into Mactan and Cebu, now the whole Cebu Island, anywhere, if you want to go anywhere else, unless you got a private plane or helicopter, you got to take taxi, car, motorcycle, van, or bus. The bus is safer. And that's the reason why I did that. Carlos said, Calvin, depends on the woman. We have to adjust to the situation for now. Communicate has to be strong. Well, it has to do with you too. It's 2 people in a marriage. I was just saying that I was talking from a man's perspective, Carlos. Like, I couldn't deal with that, being away from my wife. Especially, you've already consummated the relationship. It's just not me. No Tingo De Niro says, you're absolutely right, Cal. Life is too short to be unhappy. It is. We're in the 4th quarter, guys. You're going to die. A lot of things that we say on these channels are subjective, but the fact that you're going to die is not. That's fact. So you better start living now, because you certainly dying. Every day you wake up, it's a blessing, but it's also a curse. You one step closer to that funeral parlor, man. So you deal with it the way you want to deal with it. But I'm going to be stress-free. I'm going to live my life the best I can, because I've learned from death, man. It's real. It's going to happen. And you're not going to have anybody to blame but yourself at the end if you haven't done anything to eliminate if you haven't done anything on your bucket list, is what I meant to say. Let's see. Tour Jack says, a single person living in Cebu City, there's all kind of pestering coming to me every day. With a girl, it takes the edge off. Otherwise, I'm a fair target. Okay, so are you single? Because, hell, you would be considered the smartest man, the smartest foreigner in the Philippines, too. Very few of us come over here and elect to be single. Because people always ask me, Calvin, if it's anything you could do differently, what would you do? It's easy. I would have stayed single longer than I did. I've never been single here. Because, you can bring some problems along with that, especially if you get unlucky. Because, when you trust people and you let them into your life, and, you share intimate things with them, you improve their standard of living, all that, and then they stab you in the back. That can bring stress. What's up, PHX Pet Prepper? Let's see. Scott Richon says, peace and blessings, fellas, Calvin, etc. Please show East Coast Connecticut native now living in the Philippines some love. Retired African-American veteran and new YouTuber, American veteran abroad. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. How many videos you got? Because when people find your channel, if you only got 1 or 2 videos, they're not coming back. Okay? King Arthur says a female Filipino wanted to set me up with a relative of hers, a virgin. I declined and told her I wanted a woman with experience. Hey, thanks, King Arthur, for that super chat. Yeah, see, and that's what I say. You know, virgins are overrated, man. You know, unless you're just a guy that, you know, you're insecure like that and you just want a woman that's never been touched by another man. Jasper in the Philippines says it's very hard to stay single in the Philippines. Now, how long have you been over here, Jasper? Somebody sent me a video of yours. He said, Cal, he's been watching you because a lot of what he said on this video, I've heard you say before. And well, you know, nothing that I share is earth shattering. But he said, you said the Philippines is the star. And I was shocked because that comes straight out of me. But I mean, you know, it is. The Philippines is the star. These vloggers, their heads get big and they think, oh, I'm a celebrity. Now, go somewhere else and see if your viewership and your subscribers follow you. Unless you just got some out of this world content, I doubt it. They're watching you because of you're in the Philippines. Other than that, I'm sorry. But yeah, this guy's got a pretty neat channel, Jasper in the Philippines. It's fairly new, but I think the algorithm has caught him because he's getting a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers. And they help us the algorithm helps you about twice a year. He said I use that boots on the ground. Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal, man, you know, to me. Because nothing I share is earth shattering anyway. It's all common sense to me. Yeah, he almost got 10,000 because the algorithm catches you. And it puts you out there in front of more people. See, the algorithm's catching everybody right now. We're all riding the algorithm now. Because my subscriptions have went up. My views have went up. You will know they do it like twice a year. I think like it maybe at the beginning of the year and then somewhere around now and then I think at the end. So maybe 2 or 3 times. Luke says, you're an inspiration. You live with so much heart and passion. Really appreciate your authentic nature. Thank you, man. I don't know how to do it any other way, to be honest with you. You know, my mother was like that. But I don't know how to do it any other way. And some people take it the wrong way, Luke. You know, they think, oh, you're like a drill sergeant. One guy said, you know, I forgot what he said. One guy says I'm like a preacher. And, you know, it's just the way that I come off. Some people take it the wrong way. This is just me. But I guarantee if you come over here and meet me, you're going to see the same guy on the screen as you're going to see in person. Now, they got Julian from France. He said I'm a lot bigger in person, but yet the other subscriber, him and his wife, said that I'm smaller in person. What's up, Chef Kevin from Kentucky? He said, wow, just checking in from Louisville, flying into Cebu, September the 15th. Is there going to be a meet and greet? Can I come stay at the guest house? Oh, you definitely get two nights at the guest house. Any way around that. I'm going to try to have a meet and greet in Cebu every month, at the end of every month. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely, like I said, it's common sense. And you can add, you know, ask Alex of living abroad. When he came to the Philippines, when I met him and did an interview with him to try to help his channel, he had 3,500 subscribers. 4 months later, when he left to go to India, he had 22,000. His channel was going like this. And now it's like hit like this now because it's hit a plateau. You know, I think he's in Malaysia now. He went back to Thailand. Now he's in Malaysia. His numbers aren't going to go back up until he gets back to the Philippines, man. It's just how it is. I didn't do it. I didn't create that. When I started my YouTube channel, I had no idea the Philippines was this popular. But now every time I turn on YouTube, it's a new channel. And so you better, if anything, Jasper, you want to find your niche, because if you don't, you're going to get lost out there pretty soon. And I see a lot of Filipinos are following your channel, which could be a good thing, but more than likely it's going to be a bad thing because they're going to start misinterpreting you. Okay, that's one bad thing. The second bad thing is YouTube's not going to pay you anything for Filipino views. They're going to pay you about 10 times less for Filipinos watching you than anybody else. Because, they know Filipinos spend so much time online anyway. More likely they're not going to buy anything that comes across the advertisements. But the biggest thing is they're going to misinterpret you, man. You're going to get a lot of pushback. So be careful with that. But I wish y'all the great success in the world, man. Cedric Giles says, I can't believe the American sailboat lady told you to take down your interview of her after you allowed her to tell her story. Yeah, I thought she solicited your help. She actually did. And that's why I felt used. And I got to be real careful, man, but my mother said, don't let people change you. And I'm not going to let that one situation deter me from helping the next person that comes to me for help. But yeah, I told her, I said, look, I felt you, because she had asked me before, and I said, look, I feel used. I said, my community came to your help, sent you a lot of money, lady, by the way. Now you telling me to take the videos down, But then she was adamant about it. So I said, okay, I'm going to take them down because I don't want stress over here. I don't want any problems. But yeah, I really felt used on that situation. I mean, and we sent her a lot of money. But it's not going to deter me from helping anybody else. Look at what Steve and Marjorie, what we did for them. See what I'm saying? This is why I love my channel. I'm not the biggest over here. I'm certainly not the most popular, but I guarantee you I'm one of the most influential channels in the Philippines. When my community comes together to help somebody or do something like that, we show out, man. Ask Rock Engineering is my channel influential. See what he says. So they can have all them numbers and all that. We're talking about helping people. We're talking about giving back. I'm not going to be over here, getting all this notoriety in a country where people are starving and close by me, they're starving and not do anything to help or to give back. See, AC King said virgins are hard work. You want to enjoy, not teach. Yeah, it's way overrated, man. I have a virgin here, and this is the reason why I won't deal with it. It's too messy, and it's just, I don't know. If you think Filipinos are insecure, you deal with a virgin, a Filipino virgin. Let me put here's my email, Jasper, or anybody who wants it. I've got a subscriber coming here now. He's actually staying with Derek Q Adventures, right? But he's doing a tour around the Philippines, too, on a motorcycle. And so he's coming from Dumaguete, which is a long ride on a motorcycle. I think he's going to stay a day. So there's my email. Okay, let's see. Yeah, she got me good, believe it or not. What's up, Tariq? Campbell says, I'm glad to see you today. It's great. I'm going back to work in June. In 2024, I'll be there in Cebu. Yeah, I hope your health is better, man. I know he had some health problems over here. John Waldrop says, hey, Cal, love your show. John from Texas. On my way back to Philippines in 2 weeks. The first time I was in Portugal, Princesa. Wow. 3 weeks. This time CDO for 3 weeks. 2 years before retirement. Yeah, you're like Cagayan de Oro. Now, if you're going to go there, you might as well go to Comedian Island. It's only like a 3.5, 4 hours away, okay? Derek Casanara says, shout out to Big Cal, the third greatest thing from Kentucky after Ali and KFC. The Kentucky Derby is 4. Now, Derek has got a great Facebook channel. Anybody wants to know anything about Thailand, right? It's called Brothers and Sisters in Thailand. And this is where I got the idea for Big Shirley is going to Thailand. But I'm getting beat up trying to find a woman to talk to and find out, why so many black women going to Thailand. One woman gave a great answer. I'd like to see if she would come on here and talk about it. But then I got hit over the head by one black lady. She was from Amsterdam. And, she said, oh, it's nothing new, she said. But she didn't tell me why. And then she said, why? Do you just want to talk to black women from America? All black women. She says, get out of your bubble or something, right? And believe it or not, guess what her name was? Shally. So I said, I'm looking for a Big Shirley, not a Big Shally. Hey, Puerto Rico says, can't wait to meet you in Dumaguete. I'm watching since 50 subs. Yeah, well, I'm about 4.5 hours from Dumaguete. So if you see me in Dumaguete, it'll be at one of those meet and greets. The Bachelor of Science said, Cal, what's the best time to upload videos? The algorithm hates me at the moment. Well, look at your YouTube studio, and YouTube will tell you when your viewers are online. That's when. See, most of the time, YouTube tells me to upload my videos at 6 a.m. Philippines time. Most of the time, I try to do that, but sometimes I'm unable to do it. They say most of my viewers online, which would be like 6 p.m. in America, because 70% of my viewers are American. So I've got to do it when they off work and when they're online. So YouTube keeps all those analytics, and they'll tell me, hey, this is when your viewers are on, and they'll show me a graph when my viewers are on there. So, and you want to do your videos at the same time. Now, the reason why the algorithm may hate you, because you may have how many subscribers do you have? How many views do you have? Because the algorithm is going to absolutely ignore you until you get close to being monetized. If you're not close to being monetized, it's just not going to mess with you at all, okay? I'm sorry. They're not going to fool with you. PH Expert Prepper says, how my YouTube niche is something I think the algorithm just ignores. Well, if you're not, like I said, you have to be either monetized or close to being monetized, or it's not going to help you. You can see it helping. Like I was looking, I don't watch the videos, but I kind of look at the views. And that young lady, I'm Wing, that I interviewed in Dumaguete with Filipino Wanderer. Well, she's interviewing this black guy. The interview is nothing special. And she's already got like 28,000 because the algorithm is picking us up over here in the Philippines now and putting you out there in front of more people. And it's helping her because there's no way that video, because all the rest of her videos are getting like 1,000, but this one has 8,000 right now. And that's how you will know that the algorithm is carrying you. You're riding that wave. Black Turn 34 says, I mean, to be fair, the South American bloggers do numbers for obvious reasons. Yeah. But I'm just saying the Philippines, because, Brazil has been out there for so long as a destination. The Philippines, other than military, it's really been like off the radar for regular people for obvious reasons. It's too far away and everything like that. You get all this negative. Philippines get so much negative publicity. Okay. But now when they see people like me and all the other bloggers over here and they say, hey, let me go over there. Let me see what's going on. It's really gotten popular, man. I mean, it's super popular right now. Craig Jacobs says, only in the Philippines I've been out with a lady and we didn't click and she tried to fix me up with a relative. Filipinos are amazing, precious souls. Yeah, some of them are, man. But remember, all Filipinos aren't a good catch, guys. This is one thing that we have to stop selling out there. They're just like anybody else. There's some bad ones, man. Some of these women just need to be left alone. And the longer that you vet them, the better off you're going to be. The longer it takes for you to make that commitment, man, the better. But we won't listen. It's too simple. We want to come over here and immediately get into relationships, immediately starting to get married. Carefree Chris says, hey, Cal, nice meeting you in Cebu the other day. Good times. Yeah, thanks for coming by, man. That means a lot, man. Because I think the YouTubers worldwide, I look at us as a community. I'm not your competition. Because the people who are going to relate to you are going to relate to you. There's nothing I can do. And, don't get caught up in the numbers because it's just a popularity contest. That's really all it is. What you want to do as a YouTuber really is to build you a base of viewers and, subscribers, people that's going to be with you no matter what. And then you're going to be okay. You don't have to get 25, 30, 50,000 views, to earn a living on YouTube. I've got to put out a Pulitzer Prize winning video to get 25,000 views or something like that, 30,000, and hope the algorithm catches me. Otherwise, my videos usually get somewhere in between, YouTube tells me, somewhere in between 4,800 and 9,000 views. I mean, that's a lot for me, I think. I don't have any fancy equipment, no fancy editing, none of that. I just, all my stuff is raw. So for me to expect anything bigger than that, then I've got to do something bigger than what I'm doing. And I just don't want to do it. I spend 20 minutes a day on my channel other than my live streams. But I'm just having a conversation with you guys. But yeah, it was good to see you, man. I'm glad you came. Golden Gate said, Cal, did you ever hear from Osiris Transitioning, a.k.a. James Earl Jones? Well, actually, he put a comment. He might be over here right now because he put a comment under my post where I was advertising the meet and greet. He says, hey, I might be there. Kind of shocked me, but I haven't heard anything. Hey, Elliot Mercado says, thank you, Cal, for recognizing your subscribers and really appreciating us and letting us hear you. It's true, though. Without the viewers and subscribers, we're nothing. It's easy to stay humble, man, because it's almost like being a singer or something, They're only going by the last big hit you had. And that hit is going to stay out there for a little while. But then once that's over, they're like, well, what else do you got? If you don't got nothing, they're going to somebody else. So what's easier to create content around than your real life? But when you're trying to create content and make it up, it becomes harder and harder. So it's better to talk about real stuff like I did with the fairies, man. Talk about real stuff that people are going to actually experience over here other than women. I mean, less than a month, but what, about a month later, there's a ferry accident. 31 people died. Does that make me a genius? No, but it just says, yeah, he talks about real life stuff that is relevant to the Philippines, that's relevant to his base. Because you're going to meet a woman when you come over here. There's women over here. They're online right now. If I click over here and start chatting right now, I can meet somebody. So why do we keep focusing on that when everybody who has half a brain would tell you that there's more to the Philippines than that? If you stay focused on that, some men, that's all they want to do. They just want to sit there and watch these young girls and, some of these titles are just so cringy now. But, people like that. So, who am I to tell somebody what to do? But I'm just saying to my viewers and subscribers, because a lot of them come over here. It's more to it than that, man. Yes, more to it than that. When you get over here, you're going to want to know stuff. But for some reason, when men come over here, we're a lot less stressed. And we were talking about that yesterday, me and Clay, you dirty puppy. Yeah, rock engineering, yeah. He said, dreamers are everywhere you go in the Philippines. Yeah, but until you get caught up in that dream, will you really understand how dreamers work? I mean, it's easy to say what you want to do 8,000, 8,000 miles from here, from this place. There's another woman shows up, basically get your hotel room at night naked. Basically, it's about as simple as I can put it. And then you're going to say, oh, no, I've got a girlfriend already, and shut the door. See, that's what a lot of these guys who are pushing back on me are saying. But it's not true. It's because you've never had that happen to you. You've never had that happen. So it's easy for you to say that. Stylist over 60 said, hey, Calvin, I missed something. Has Lapu Lapu kicked you to the curb after you help her get a taste of success? I'm not sure. Well, what, did she do a video about me or something? I don't know. I know that it's funny that you bring that up. She must have done a video. I said something about me because she sent me this scathing email. And I'm like, wow, where's this coming from? Because, she came to my meet and greet. I invited her. She wanted to interview me, which I keep telling her, why do you want to interview me? People already know me. Okay. We're not adding anything to the conversation. So I said, okay, I'll do it. But we were supposed to do it at the meet and greet. It's too loud, though. So she says, hey, can we do it at Ayala? We made a thing, 11 o'clock the next day. Well, all this dreamer stuff broke out, and I had to get back home. And I emailed. I said, I'm not going to be able to make it. And so a couple of days later, she sends me just this. I mean, it was really just like, I couldn't believe it. I don't know if she wrote it, a boyfriend wrote it, somebody wrote it. It was nasty. And I'm saying, wow, what's going on with these women over here? See, if you don't give them what they want, and this is with all of them, they're going to turn on you, man. You're going to see that cold, chilling side. See, so as long as you keep saying yes, but it's funny you brought that up. But no, I didn't do anything other than not being able to come to that interview. And she's angry about it. And I'm like, that's nothing to be angry about. So it must be something else. But I guess that's what it is, But I don't have nothing against her. But yeah, she sent me this long email, and she basically just cut me in half, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, if that's what you want, you know. Earl Owen said vetting process is needed. Well, just all you gotta do is just keep coming around her, go around her friends, go around her family. Stop making these commitments so soon. They want you to commit online. That's what they want you to do. Don't do that. Say, hey, you know, when I come over there, you know, how do I know you're the right one anyway? I may need to meet 2 or 3 other women first, you know, so don't, you know, try to tie me down. We got to put our foot down, man. You are the prize, okay? How many times I have to tell you? We need to quit chasing these women, man. We need to keep them humble, because when the whole world tells you that you're beautiful, people start believing it. That's why you see all these nice-looking Filipinas. They're not interested in you. They're popping up with these channels. They're interested in the money that you can bring them. They're interested in your interest in them. See, women ain't interested in you. But remember, the nice looking ones aren't online. The beautiful ones aren't online. The ugly ones are, and the middle of the road women are, because they're wanting to get lucky. See, Filipinos get lucky. We don't. We get unlucky. Yeah, they get lucky. They don't know what they're going to get. We got a general idea on what we're going to get. She don't know if she's going to get an Indian, African, American, British, France, a rich guy, poor guy. Is he a drunk? Is he a woman beater? She doesn't know what she's going to get. But they want to get lucky, so they get online. They think we're desperate. Okay, that's a fact. Okay, they think we'll take any woman, and from the looks of it, some of us are desperate, because some of these women, man, you say to yourself, dude, you come all the way over here for that. Surely you could get that at home. Hey, Philippines in full effect. Say good morning from Ilo, Cal. Do you have a date for the next meet and greet? Not yet. It's going to be the last week, Philippines in full effect, of April. I'm waiting on Derek, because he's going to get the hookup with the establishment. We want to make it rain again at one of these restaurants, man, because we made it rain at Cafe Engelberg, and I was proud, man. I really was. But I'll let you know. I'll post it. Market Focus said, I told a Filipino I wasn't looking for a wife or girlfriend. I'm just scouting locations to retire. And she looked at me like I had 2 heads. Yeah. See, they think when you come over here, you're looking for a wife or a girlfriend. And when you tell them you're not, okay, now she doesn't know what to do, because you're no longer going by the script. The script says that you're coming over here for a girlfriend, and from the first day, you're going to meet and you're going to start living together and everything like that. But when you come over here and say, oh, no, you know, I'm just over here, I'm trying to see, you know, what's the best location for me. I'm only going to be here 2 weeks. I don't want to get tied down for 2 weeks. I don't want to tag you down for 2 weeks and give you any false, you know, impressions or anything. Oh, they don't know what to do. What's up, Dave? Pruitt says, I'm living stress-free 1 year in Angeles City. The only stress I have now is loose end matters from America that still needs cleared up. And I'm glad you brought that up, because you can't, this is a great point he's making. It's hard to be relaxed when you got 1 foot in the Philippines and 1 foot in America, or wherever you're from. It's best to try to get all those loose ends tied up before you come over here. If you got a house you're trying to sell the damn thing before you come over here. A divorce, any of that, child support, court dates, you know, signing up for your Social Security. Do all of that before you come over here for good, because it's always going to be playing on your mind. You're not going to be able to relax. You're always thinking about, well, I'm going to have to go home for this. Because it happened to me when my divorce when I had to file for divorce for my American wife. I was over here, man, living my best life, having a good time, man. I had to cut my trip short because of a court date over there that had to deal with the divorce. But try to tie up all that loose ends before you come over here. John Gomez says, I'm definitely not stressed here, Cal. I can see it in your face. Craig Jacobs says, I saw a small one-bedroom somebody built for around $14,000 on one of the channels. It was a really nice modern little house. Yeah, you can build a nice little house over here. I see Filipinos doing it all the time. I'm talking about nice little houses. Me and Marilyn, when we were in Sikihor, we saw these just two beautiful little houses. I know these people didn't spend any more than, I'm going to say 8,000. I'm going to say about 400,000 pesos. I mean, they were so beautiful, these little bitty houses. You know, only for one or two people, though. Okay, like now, if you look at my guest house, if I were to put double the size of that, okay, and just make that other side just like for the living room, that would put me at 10,000. You can do it over here because most of it's going to be hollow block and cement. Only the roof, and of course, you know, the plumbing, the electrical work is going to be anything else. Everything else, even in my house is 95% hollow block and cement. Hollow blocks are what, 15 pesos each? Jay Webb said, Calvin, I've been thinking about your wisdom. They will wait for you to fall in love. Yeah. But they will wait anyway. They'll wait you out. You'll never really know if a Filipino loves you for real or not, man. You won't know. Because the women that love you and the women that don't, they all going to treat you the same to get what they want. So you're never going to really know. You know, that's why I say fall in love with the Philippines. See, then you're not going to have a problem. See, I've fallen in love with the Philippines. So even if that dreamer situation would have broke me and Maryland up, would I have been heartbroken? Yeah, because I've got a daughter involved and everything. Yeah, but I would have been able to move on easily. And I told Maryland that because I've fallen in love with the country. I'm not here because of a woman. See, I know my way around enough where I can move on. I know where I can get me a place, another place. What did you get?
Chicken.
Okay.
Chicken. What do you want? Chicken soup or
no, chicken.
Chicken.
The wings.
Fried.
You know.
Air fried.
Air fried, yeah. But yeah, you'll never really know because they can wait you out. I've seen it happen. Yeah, you need to be here, man, you know, before you making any kind of decisions. And guys will tell you they made that mistake, especially trying to build houses and stuff. You got to be boots on the ground, man. You can't send that money over here because, listen, this isn't putting them down. They're just not used to dealing with that kind of money. I don't know what we're thinking when we do that. Here's a woman that is maybe 10,000 per month. Not at one time, but 10,000 pesos per month may be what she's dealing with. Most of the women we're dealing with either dealing with 5,000 or less, really. Let's be honest. So then now all of a sudden you're sending 50,000 a month over here. Even more than that, you're transferring money over here for her to get the house started and buy the lot. Man, you're asking for trouble. That'll be like giving you, if you're earning 6,000 a month in America, now all of a sudden you come to work one day and your boss says, well, we're going to give you a raise. And you haven't done anything, by the way, to deserve the raise, but we're going to give you 60,000 per month now. You're going to go crazy, man. You're going to buy all kind of foolishness. You're going to be doing stuff that you know you ain't got no business doing, buying things you ain't got no business buying, okay? So what makes you think she's any different? She's not. You know, that's what happened to, you know, one of my good friends here, you know. He trusted a woman. See, we trust them, man. a lot sooner than we should. You know, and she ran off with 1.3 million in cash. She actually stole his money. He could have had her arrested. He could have had her locked up, but he's not like that. You know, but you can't give a woman that kind of money who's used to earning 285 pesos a day. You can't give her 1.3 million. She's going to come up with a reason to break it off with you and think that, oh, this money's going to last me for the rest of her life. No, it's not, because you're not used to having that money. It's like you hit the lottery. Now, all of a sudden, you know, you're buying stuff you ain't got no business buying. You know, you're rich now. And now she doesn't have 1 peso. Not 1 peso does she have. She lives in the squatter area so bad that, you know, her mother had to step in, and the father's mother had to step in to help the kids. Guys, you know, you have to be careful. You know, but we can't do it. Isaiah Allen said, Cal, have you been pleasantly surprised and slightly disappointed by how much or little of the Philippines that your subscribers that have traveled there decided to put an effort in seeing? Really, I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised, because a lot of these guys, they're listening. They're going to different places. But some guys, man, you just can't, no matter what you tell them, they're really not going to listen. They're going to come over and do everything that you asked them not to do or suggested them not to do. But hell, the guy Corey came over here. He never stayed in one place more than 2 or 3 days. He said the best place was Surigao Island. Monroe Alex Anderson, he saw about 6 places. A lot of these guys are coming over here renting motorcycles, going all around the Philippines. You know, I think they get it, man. I think they get it. That, you know, a lot of women over here, they're no different than any other women. They just look different. They're from a different culture. But when it all boils down, man, they're going to give you the same problems that you got over there. A guy did a great video on it, by the way. He said, and I don't agree with this guy all the time, but this one he did. He said, are you having the same problems with your woman over here that you were having in America? And it was really a good video. But people aren't going to listen because they're going to think, oh, my girl's different. Or I'm different. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. They're seeing a lot of places, man. And that's what I would suggest you do. You're only going to be here for 2 weeks. Why would you want to get tied down with a woman in a hotel somewhere for 2 weeks? That's a treacherous 20-hour flight, man. Then the layover, then the expense that you're paying to come over here, man. It's more than women, man. I'm just going to tell you. You know, if I were you, I'd get me about 10 women. I mean, I go through them all. I filter them down to about 10, the best of the best that you can find online. And I go from there. I stop. We're settling for 2s and 3s and 4s, guys. Okay? I'm being honest. Trying to be as honest as I possibly can. The women we're coming over here for, man, the Filipino man doesn't even want them. Okay? That's why they laugh at us. You know, that's why we give them the impression that we're desperate. And I guess we are in a lot of ways. It's because we're in a hurry. We need to stop, man, for a minute. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just telling you, man, we need to stop and observe what's going on around us for a little while, man. You know, and at least start listening to this type of conversation. Like, okay, she can only expect you maybe to come over here. But you can, man, you got your pick of it. At least I'm being real. I'm gonna say 2,000 women that you're gonna have that you could just, you know, until you find the one that's compatible for you. But we come over here and we stick with the one that we met online, the 3s and 4s. This is what they are, man. And then we want to marry them, and all of that, and then you wonder why it doesn't work out, because when you get over here, you start looking around. It's probably going to be somebody in a family that is going to, you know, catch your eye. Because I've got a friend over here now. The woman he's with now, guess what? He was dating the niece before. and the niece wasn't young, but it was just her niece. He went to a family gathering, and he caught the eye of her auntie, and now they're together. And the auntie looks 10 times better than the niece. It's just real life over here, man. John Gomez said, believe it, fellas, you are the prize. He's over here now. But they're not going to believe you. It's so foreign to us. We've been so beat up over there that the fact of letting women pursue us is foreign to us. It's like something from another world. We don't believe it. So we think we got to come over here and we got to chase them down and I got to saddle one as soon as I can. I'm not like Filipinos are going out of style or something, not realizing that there's a pool so great that you could never, you can't, they'll never go out of style. It's always going to be a new one every day. RVRV said Manila Airport expecting 1.2 million passengers this week. See, now he's from the Philippines. And if you want to listen to him, I mean, you're not going to listen to anybody. I already told you, it's starting today into next Sunday. It's Holy Week. Don't travel in the Philippines during Holy Week. Wherever you come to, if you're flying into Cebu, okay, stay in Cebu until the Holy Week is over. Because you're going to miss a plane. You're going to miss a ferry. You're not going to be able to get on the bus. It's going to be too crowded. It's going to stress you out. So if you're flying into Manila, stay in Manila. These next 6 days, man, are going to be just, man, treacherous. TJ Johnson said, Sharon hit you with that state property. Said, you can either get down or lay down. Yeah, I mean, she was really, I was shocked. But this is what I've learned about women over here. See, this is, as long as you keep saying yes, as long as you give them their way, you're not going to have a problem. When you say no or you do something to make them mad, man, you're going to see the other side. There's another side, man. Okay? We come from a whole different culture. The way they handle things over here is totally different than the way we handle them over there. Okay? Something like, okay, I wasn't able to make it, okay? I mean, she went off on me, regardless of all the help I've given her, regardless of like, okay, we can do it another day. She shut the door completely. I'll never speak to her again. The way she disrespected me. And then what made me mad was she hit me with remember you're in the Philippines. Like, really, Sharon Lapu Lapu? You're going to hit me with that? See, remember you're in my country. Our word is bond, something like that. When she hit me with that, man, I shut the email down. I said, I ain't going to read nothing else. But it says a whole lot, guys, about what you're dealing with. This isn't a coincidence that the woman sitting next to me cut me in half. Never knew me. Okay. Talking about me like a dog right in my face. Okay. Then the dreamer trying to shoot out all I did for her and all that, trying to send out a sex tape. Yeah, Sharon Lapu Lapu. But he goes on and on. That's just 3 examples for me. What about all the men who have lost their life savings? The guy who was on the channel the other day, the woman ran off. He waited and saved up all his money and did this, did that to come over here to see the woman, and she done ran off with somebody else. Guys, y'all better know what y'all dealing with over here. When I give you the nitty gritty, you don't want to hear it because you got somebody back there like, oh, I got the best Filipino in the world. Yeah, okay. Make them mad. And you're going to see what you got. You're going to see what you got. Make them mad, But I don't want any trouble with Sharon Lapu Lapu or anybody else. I'm living my best life. I don't want that trouble because, it's just so much stuff that I don't talk about that I could talk about. Hey, Hal, he says, you're watching, man. Brother, another awesome show. He says, are you boots on the ground now? Wow. Hey, Filipina Leon's Shoes channel. What kind of channel you got? What are you talking about? What's your niche? He says, hi, Ness. He says, RVRV said majority of malls will be closed this coming Thursday and Friday. Yeah. See, this is stuff we have to know. I did a whole video on it last Holy Week because me and Merlin, we were supposed to attend a wedding. Remember? We were going to catch the ferry from Cebu to Manila because we like to ride that to-go. But come to find out, it was Holy Week. They canceled that. They canceled that route. So we were stuck in Cebu. But yeah, that's when I did the video on it. Yeah, see, you're definitely the prize, but it's foreign to us, Jasper, because we're so used to being the one in pursuit. So when we get over here, we don't change because it takes a while for your Western thinking to change. Okay, that's why we come over here thinking that we need to rescue these women over here who don't need rescuing. They're tough as nails. They can handle their own business. They've been taking care of themselves a lot longer than you have, probably. But our Western thinking looks at her surroundings and everything and says, oh, I need to save her. I need to take her out of this squaws area or wherever it is. I need to build this big, gigantic house and give her all this money and everything like that. When a lot of times, you're really doing the girl some damage. But your value over here is different. And so when you say, hey, let them chase you, they don't believe it. Okay, Hal says, I'll be leaving San Francisco to Manila on the 4th. I'll spend the month in Manila, but I'll be traveling around the islands, Iloilo and Cebu. Yeah, so once you get in Manila on the 4th, that will be, what's that, Tuesday? I would stay in Manila. Don't travel anywhere to Iloilo or Cebu after Holy Week. I wouldn't even travel, that following Monday. I'd wait till that following Tuesday to try to go anywhere. Chef Kevin from Kentucky says, if I'm only going to be there for 2 weeks, don't I want a dreamer? Well, what I'm saying is, if you're only going to be here for 2 weeks, you're going to need to make it clear. You're not going to want to get married. Okay, if you want to meet a woman and let her travel with you and all that, and, operate under the unspoken agreement, there's nothing wrong with that. We're talking about making these commitments that we make. You may not believe it, but guys come over here and get married in that 2 weeks. They come over here and start giving money and buying houses even before they get here. See, this is what you guys, y'all don't believe me. You think it's not true. We could talk about that subject every single day, but you don't see as many videos about it as you do about, what a Filipino is looking for in a foreigner. We know what you're looking for in a foreigner, lady. We already know that. There's nothing new about that, what a Filipino likes, Well, what about what I like? See, we never talk about, man, your financial well-being. I just did your financial health. I did a video about that. Y'all don't want to watch videos and take heed to that information and videos like that. All you want to do is look and see these two pretty little girls on here talking about, am I going to have problems finding a man or something like that. It says Philippines having a problem finding a husband or something. This is the type of videos y'all click on. But the stuff that's really going to help us, like how to hold on to your money, stop giving these women your money because they don't deserve it. They haven't earned it yet. Stop trying to save them. See, we don't want to hear that. We think when we get over here, we don't understand that it's a game. There's something behind all that attention and all that love and all that screwing and all that. But we don't wake up in time until it's too late. We're over here getting married to people and stuff. When we have no, we have no idea who we're marrying. Then they hit us with that tempo. And then you wonder, like, what the hell have I done? Well, it's too late. You built this big old house. What happens when you're not around? How's she going to take care of it? She's going to have to sell it. Nobody in the family's working. But this is us. We're our worst enemy over here. She says, can you walk us to the guest house? Calvin, you should do a live walking. Yeah, sometimes I do. But you got to realize, Ellen, when you're doing a live walking, I don't have the Wi-Fi that I have. I did it one time when we were in Sapalai. TJ Johnson, thanks for that super chat. He said, in the wise words of J. Cole, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And this is a fact, man. We come here. A lot of times they don't even ask us for all this stuff that we do. We just do it. We take it upon ourselves to do it. And it gets us in trouble, man. You have to understand, me and Craig was talking about this last night. A lot of the problems stem from the fact that we don't know anything about the Philippines. We don't know anything about the history. We don't know how it got to the point where it is today. We don't even go back in the history to try to find out, what happened over here, the reason people act the way they act. We just come over here and think, oh, it's the same way it is at home. And we get in trouble. A lot of us, we don't have any business marrying women over here. We don't have any business building houses. We don't have any business giving away our life savings to women over here. They don't deserve it. But we'll do it anyway. He says it's a sucker born every minute. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just wake you up a little bit, just to share you the real life experience over here. Carlos Hayes says, hey, dude, how you doing? It's been several months. I hope you're monetized now, sir. Stay blessed. Yeah, I am, man. But, I'm not as rich as some of these guys will tell you. Maurice Holmes says, I can't believe Sharon went out like that. She's just like American women. Well, you're going to be surprised at how much women have in common. But we think these women are so sweet and they don't have any ulterior motives. And that's not true. They're not going to do all the things that they do, guys, for nothing. Okay? John Gomez says, someone here said, take the local bus and hang out in the IT Park area. Thank you. That's a great idea. TJ Johnson said, most Pinay don't travel. Date foreigners, refine their English to a conversational level of fluency, etc. The cultural differences are so thick over here that you have to take your time. There's so little we know about the Philippines and about Filipinos, but we think we know. So we come over here and we jump into a relationship, we jump into a marriage, man. It's crazy. Well, I'm saying doing Holy Week. Doing Holy Week, Brett. Because, you don't have to stay there. I'm just telling you that you're going to run into a lot of problems. Unless he's coming in here the 4th. Imagine that. That would be, Tuesday? Everything's going to start shutting down on Wednesday. So he's going to fly all the way into Manila and just fly out immediately. You could do that. But wherever you are, wherever you're going, what I'm saying is just to stay there. Don't be trying to travel all around different places during Holy Week. That's all I'm saying. You can push back on that already. You can do whatever you want to do. And this is the problem we have. You don't want to listen to people who are living over here and saying like, hey, man, I went through this already. I got stranded in Cebu. You know, I remember we got stranded over in Toledo, Cebu, trying to catch the ferry. We sat there all day. You can ask one of my subscribers, Cal, he did the same thing, trying to come to see me on Holy Week. Okay, remember the Philippines first opened? Okay, he was here. He got over there sometime in, late March, early April, during Holy Week, and he never was able to make it here. He could not, every ferry was sold out. So him and his girlfriend, after sitting there all day because he missed the one at 1, they said, oh, we'll be able to get you a ticket for the 6 o'clock. He got there at 7 in the morning, by the way. Nope, they couldn't get on there, sold out. 1 o'clock, sold out. Oh, but you'll get on there at 6 o'clock, sold out. So you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you to be careful, to avoid all that stuff. Craig Jacobs says, it took me a good 6 months to get acclimated and relaxed enough to feel really comfortable, and I didn't go hunting women. Well, you're going to come out better if you don't, because if you give yourself a chance, we don't know what's best for us, okay? That's why we end up in the jackpots we do in our own country. But then we come over here and we think we know what's best for us. So we go out and we try to find a woman. A lot of us, our pickers are broke. Throw them away. Stop picking these women because you have no idea who you're picking. Let them pick you. Let them pursue you. Go around the restaurants. Go around the hotels, the gym. Just relax and enjoy the company. You're going to catch somebody's eye. There's no way that you're not. It's like lottery tickets floating around all in the air with the winning 6 number, with the winning 5 numbers and the Powerball. That's what you are over here, but you don't believe it. Eventually, the longer you wait, the better the woman's going to get, okay? But if you come over here, you're going to get the 3 out of 4, which most of us end up with. If we're lucky, we may get a 5. Because there's always the bars. If you just really want to just get that off your chest, hey, I haven't had sex in a while, they got a business over here for that. That way you don't have to worry about, hey, getting married, all the commitments and all of that, because it's going to take you about 6 months really just to scratch the surface of of the woman, of the person you're dealing with. And then give her a chance to know you too. Because the first month or two is going to be like, you're going to be like you're in damn following the yellow brick road or some bullshit like that. You're going to be in the land of Oz. You remember when they finally got in there and everybody's getting their hair done and Dorothy's getting her nails done and everything. They clipping the lion. Oh, that's what's going to happen to you when you first get here for the first 2 weeks or a month or something like that. Then all of a sudden, here comes that damn wicked witch down there. The clouds get dark. And then you're going to figure out like, man, look at who I'm with. But it's too late. Sean says, men are thinking with the wrong head, brother shoulders. Well, they're really not. This is the most powerful sex organ that we have. It's not that. This drives that. We're thinking with this or we're not thinking. Yeah, but, it's easy for me to say. When you got this beautiful young lady or, what we conceive to be beautiful. But some of you guys must be blind. I'm just going to say it. I mean, I'm like, dude, boy, you're going to marry her. You really going to marry her is what I'm saying to myself. Your self-esteem must really be low. I mean, that's another reason why I say take your time. We have to recover from what's happened to us over there. So, but what we do, we come right over here and think this woman's going to fix us. Nothing outside of you going to fix you. You got to fix you. And a lot of times just let the dust settle, get over here, relax, find out, get into, I'm working out and find a place where I can do my shopping, get my laundry done and all that. We do the opposite. Yeah, he says Tampo's the worst. But it's too late. You already took on a whirlwind vacation to Boracay, Palawan, bought all new clothes, gave money to the family. You done did it all. And then all of a sudden this Tampo hit. See? And then it's all going to sink in like, damn. Is the sex worth all that, guys? Is it worth it? Is it worth all the stress that a lot of these women bring along with them? Because they don't have, it's not their fault. It's just they're from a whole different culture. The only thing you're going to really have in common with her at first is sex. That's why that's all you're going to be doing is having sex. But then once that calms down, you're going to figure out, man, we ain't got a whole lot in common. AC King says, I hate to admit it, but when I meet a new woman, my default position is she's looking for a sucker, and until she can prove otherwise. And that's what you should bring over here. But we look at her and we say, nah, she's different. She's from the province. Well, that's even worse. Because she's getting schooled. Okay, there's a reason they want a foreigner. It's not because you look good. Well, there's a lot of truth to what he's saying here. He says all women are the same. The only difference is the environment. But here there is some cultural differences. There is some differences on the way they handle things over here. Okay. Now, remember I tell you about the dreamer. What happened between me and her? There's no reason for her to go for the juggler like she did. There's no reason for what happened between me and Sharon Lapu Lapu for her to go for the juggler like she did. That woman who cut me in half, sitting right next to me, smiling in my face, by the way, there was no reason for her to go for the juggler, but she did. I mean, they go from 0 to 100 just like that. Man, me and my wife was together for 18 years, and she never, and then, it was a bitter divorce, but it never reached the proportion that goes on over here with women that I just meet. It's different in that way, and it's culturally different. Market Focus says, I saw a Filipino channel trying to sell her subscribers on a 28-year-old with 3 kids as someone we should get with. Come on, man. Well, see, this is what the Filipino genre is turning into. We were talking about this last night. Ask Clay, ask you Dirty Puppy, you don't think I'm lying. I said, I had to get away from this because really, when you look at it, this is human trafficking. This is sex trafficking. Okay? They can get away with it. But see, if I was to make some of the videos that some of these Filipino vloggers are making, they would deport me, and rightfully so. Because I don't have no business making those videos. Some of the Filipinos like to take it up the butt and all of that. I don't need to be making videos like that. But they're making videos like that. They're putting videos, beautiful 18-year-old Filipinos looking for a foreigner. What is that if that's not sex trafficking, if that's not human trafficking? So I backed off. I said, no, because anything I do can always, when it comes to interviewing a young Filipina, can be misinterpreted as sexual trafficking or sexual exploitation or something like that. So I just don't do it anymore. I let them do it. But yeah, that's what they're doing. And this is what we're buying. So that's why they keep on doing it. Because you're punching on there, man, they get 25,000, 30,000 views. And it's like, are you adding anything new to the conversation? It's not, because there's nothing new. All you have to do, the dating scene is no different than this. Get on one of them dating sites, because all the women, all the same women on all the same dating sites, make your profile, and that's the dating in the Philippines. It's nothing more complicated than that. Okay, Philippines are so simple that they're complicated. Okay, this is what I'm trying to tell you. But we think it's something more to it. It's got to be some mystery to it. There's no mystery to it. That's the dating in the Philippines. It doesn't matter when it comes to foreigners. When it comes to regulars, it's something totally different. See, this is a fact right here. This is what the guy was talking about. Are you having some of the same problems with your woman here as you was having at home? It's at the last part, he says. He says, Ty Fly says, mostly the women don't know themselves what the tampo was about after a while. They just know it was your fault. See, that's one thing he said that you're going to get tired of. It always being your fault over here. Go on Steve, the Info channel. I'm thinking that's the channel. You know, me and him don't agree on a lot of stuff, but this video was a good video, guys. You can learn a lot from that. Just that first couple of minutes of that video when he's talking about a comment that he received under one of his videos. And whoever the commenter was, he's been here, man. He's been here. He's got experience with women here. And he just laid it out on what we're going to get tired of. And every point was 100% right. And one of them was, you're going to get tired of it always being your fault. And that's a fact, guys, over here. They're never going to take responsibility. Alpino says, I'm sprung out for garlic fried rice and coconut milk adobo. Grumpy Dude Brand, man, welcome back. I ain't seen you in a while. He said, I was a sucker in the Philippines in 2007, staying for 6 months. My first trip woke me up. Keep preaching, Brother Cal. We got to take our focus off these women, man. You know, I may have been part of the problem, you know, but the longer I stay over here, the more I know that, you know, all Filipinos are not a good catch, man. We can't paint them all with that sugary brush. And that's what we do. Some of these women, we need to just leave them alone. We don't even need to deal with them. That's why it's so easy now. You know, Gail, which I consider Gail a friend of mine, I was so shocked today. She sent me a messenger. Hey, Cal, I hope everything's going well. I've got 2 friends who are looking for foreigner boyfriends. See, that's the flashing red lights just went off in my head. One is 56 and one is 21. I know you got a lot of foreigner friends. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Okay, that's, you know, I'm just being polite. I can't help you. You may want to ask your other friends over here. I can't help you because I know what that's all about. You know, just like the lady around the corner from me, asked Marilyn at the Sorry Show, can your husband hook me up with? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that ever again because it always turns out bad. I already know what they want. Hey, Fidenza Mendoza. Remember, I'm not putting you back down. My challenge is for men and women who've never been here before, but have an interest in coming here. So when we talk about women, you got to warn people, hey, it's not always what it seems. More than likely, it's not. But you're not going to listen to me. Okay, yeah. I don't like Manila either, but if he gets there on the 4th, then he's going to have to hurry up and wherever he's going, fly out, get him a plane immediately going out, if he can. You know, RV just told you they're expecting 1.2 million people. We hear million all the time. And we think, oh, it's no big deal. Have you ever been around a million people? I have. I went to Sunulu It's nothing to play with. You don't want to be around a million people. So if he can get out of there, he should. Well, this is correct. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. Findenza Mendoza says, Calvin, I think that part of the problem is that as soon as men get a little bit of attention, they think that she's a keeper because the men have been so deprived here in the USA. That's exactly what happened. Excuse me. That's exactly what happened. Not realizing that it's all a script. I don't care who you meet, they're all going to treat you the same way. That's why I call that guy the smartest foreigner in the Philippines. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He's been here for years because he knows better. He knows that, more than likely, I'm not going to be able to jive with her in the way that I need to. There's too many cultural differences. So men get married, and really they compromise is really what they do. They're not going to want to make you think, men, especially Western men, we never want to prove, never want to say we're wrong. So they'll stay in a relationship and put up with all that they have to put up with, just so that they can prove themselves right. Now I got the best woman in the world. And then a lot of them are just whipped, the pussy whip. That's it, And then, some of them do find, a good woman over here. But your chances of finding a good woman in America are just as good as you finding a good one over here, guys. Listen to me. There's nothing magical over here when it comes to relationships. You actually got to work harder here for a good relationship, for it to work than you do over there. People talking about, I want a traditional Filipino woman. Well, she's only going to be of some good to a Filipino man. I need a traditional American woman, really, because a traditional Filipino woman, we don't have anything in common. That's why a lot of the women that I'm with, the minute I get with them, they throw that traditional stuff away. And if you be honest, you're not living with a traditional Filipino woman. You're not. Driving around, your woman's carrying Louis Vuitton bags and all this. See, you guys won't get honest. That osmosis takes over. Even if she already had changed before she met you, the minute she decided, I want to start dating a foreigner, I'm done with life over here, I'm done with men over here, I want something different, she changes. So then when you get with her, it's no longer that, she's a traditional woman. Okay, you can fool yourself and think that. But you're gonna, believe it or not, and you won't say it. You won't admit it, but I'm gonna tell you the facts. I've been over here long enough to know. Your odds of finding a good woman in America is just about the same as if you find a good one over here. Probably better over there because you understand what's going on over here. When you come over here, you think everything's good. And that's where we mess up. We think every Filipino is good. I just got to just close my eyes and find one. No, see, things been happening to me over the last few months, and I'm like, man, has this always been there? Have I just not been looking? But it's become so apparent to me. And the Sharon Lapu Lapu thing just sealed it to me. She seemed so sweet, so innocent. And then just because I couldn't make it to that interview with her, she let me have it. And I couldn't believe it, man. She talked real bad about me in an email. And I was like, wow, is this Sharon or is this the boyfriend behind Sharon? Whoever it was, man, they let me have it. And then, I was like, wow. And it was so bad that it made me go back and look at every relationship I've had over here. Because I used to blame myself and say I was the problem, But no, I wasn't the problem, man. Okay, because when you say no and you don't give them their way, eventually, oh, I'll get you blacklisted. That's what my son's mother said. Then my wife said, well, I can cause you a lot of problems over here. I mean, I'm like out of the clear blue sky. These are the sweetest women you ever meet. And the next thing you know, when things don't go their way, oh, I can cause you big problems over here. I'm like, really? Where'd that come from? And, I'm putting two and two together. I'm like, yeah, as long as I was doing everything they wanted me to do and being the perfect man, which I'm not, you don't see that. But the minute you become human, he's like, hey, we can't afford that this month. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I'll get you blacklisted. That tape I've got, I can release it now. And all that. Buck Daddy said, why would you ever fly 26 hours to give all your money to a 3 with a family you support? That's a good question. We don't know. We're so beat up, man. We're damaged over there. We really are. That's why I would suggest you come over here and heal first. Let the Philippines heal you. Not the people. I'm talking about just the new environment, the warm weather, the beaches, the water, the ocean. Just go there and sit by the ocean, rent your Airbnb for about a week and let it all just soak in, man. Like, oh, man, I got a new life. Focus on the positive. I'm like King Arthur. I'm retired now. I'm off that hamster wheel. You start planning for the now, instead of just coming over here right away, jumping into a relationship. Man, most of us, think about how crazy this is. The minute we get off the plane, she's sitting there waiting now. All of a sudden, we move in from the very first day. Guys, come on, man. We got to do better than that. The Bachelor of Science says in Thailand, the girls from the provinces are taught by their parents to marry a foreigner. It's their lifelong goal and a big celebration when it happens. Well, that's all a dreamer is. That's all a dreamer is. And, people will say, oh, well, quit coming over here then if you don't like it. That's not what we're saying. We're saying we can increase the odds of our success over here by stop doing some of the stupid stuff we're doing. That's all. That's what this community is about, sharing our experiences. But if all y'all doing is sharing good experiences, it's going to give off the wrong impression. Okay? We got to start sharing some of this bad stuff that these women are doing to us over here. And just like we're not going to paint all Filipinos and say they're bad, we're not going to paint them all and say they're good either, because they're not. TJ Johnson, see, this is real life right here. He says, hey, Craig Jacob, I've been dating my girl for 22 months, and she better not say an effing word that sounds like marriage. See, if I wasn't so bad with marriage, I would marry Marilyn. But I'm so bad with it. I've already proven that. Not that I'm going to fool around or anything like that, but it's just that I know that at some point we're going to hit a wall. And because of the cultural differences, man, we're not going to be able to work our way through it. We can compromise, and I can stay in it for whatever reason we stay in these marriages. Like I stayed in the marriage over there for 18 years. But I don't want to do that anymore. Well, she didn't do anything to me. What she left over here, what happened was we had a beautiful marriage, man. I would still be married today if I would have. See, here's what she hid from me. Her desire to leave the Philippines. See, it was greater than what she led me on to believe. I thought, because I made a promise to her mother. I said, okay, when I bring your daughter over here to America, I'm not going to keep her over there like a lot of men do. We're going to come back at least once every year. But I used to bring my wife back 2 times. In 2017, we came 3 times. Okay, but I kept that promise to her. But I never knew how bad she really wanted to leave here and really never come back. Okay, because she left me and my son over here for almost 3 years. Well, let's see. Yeah, without ever coming back. But that was what happened to our marriage. I can't be two places at one time. See, she came over here and after 6 months, she was ready to go back. It was like, I can't go back. I'm not ready to go back. But remember, they got their community over there. They got their support group over there because my wife was able to go back to America with no job, no place to stay. You know, she had some money because, you know, I'm supporting her. She had no job. She had no place to stay, but she didn't matter because that support group's over there. But we don't have such a support group. I'm trying to build one over here, but it's hard, you know, because y'all take the side, y'all take it personally, y'all take the side of the woman and you start listening to strangers over here. You know, I'm a stranger, but I mean, you know, I'm talking about the woman side. It's always going to be her side. It's always going to be your fault. We need a support group over here when things go wrong because they go wrong. Imagine if I wanted to come here to the Philippines with no job and no place to stay. Do you think that one of these foreigners over here would say, okay, Cal, I can help you get on your feet? No, they wouldn't do that. But they will. They will. They will do that. And that's what puts them, that gives them a distinct advantage. When you go over, when you take your wife over there, you're going to see they're going to give her information that she don't even need. You just got here. They're always going to talk about just in case this happens. You don't even need him for the removal of conditions anymore. You don't need him for U.S. citizenship. They'll start telling her what to do. Do you need a job? Okay, we can help you get a job. You need a place to stay, we'll show you. They'll even introduce her to somebody else if she needs that. Thank you, Mr. NTP, for that super chat. Super sticker. Hey, May Filipino Vlog, how you doing? And Matipit Lolo says, if you're not having kids, why get married? Just my opinion, unless you are into family building, there's no reason to get married. But there's no reason to get married right away. See? There's no reason to get married right away. It's too much going on over here. Too many differences. But we don't understand. The only thing you got in common is sex with this woman. That's it. So it makes it seem like you have more in common, but you don't. You have absolutely nothing in common. So you try to, as time goes on, you try to find that common ground. Sometimes we find it. Most of the times we don't. So it takes 4, 5, 6 times before you really find a woman because that you can deal with, because you don't know what a good Filipina is if you've never dealt with one. And if you've only dealt with one, you don't know what a good one is. So if you meet a good woman who's decent, you think they're all good. So as long as she don't treat me the way that my American wife did over there, then she's a good woman or whatever it is. Now, you don't know what a good Filipina is. So it takes you 5 or 6 times to know what a good one is. See, Maryland's a good one, man. You know, because I'm going to tell you what happened with that dreamer. I personally wouldn't have dealt with it. But she's smart enough to say, look at all we've built together. Look at everything we got. Look at Booby. I know you. I know you didn't intentionally go out to get that girl. See, Merlin's a good one. See, okay? I'm not just saying that we've been together 4 years. But I'm just so bad when it comes to marriages. Xavier Allen says, if you wouldn't plan a wedding in your country without meeting her first, don't make plans to come to the Philippines to marry a woman before you actually meet. It's that simple. But what we've done, this is exactly my point. We think that there's something special about relationships over here and women over here. But it's not. it's no different, really. They're different. They look different. Okay. And then they got some cultural differences. But remember, you're part of the equation too. If you wouldn't do it over there, why would you do it over here and think it's going to work? And then we'll say, we'll justify it. We'll say, she's mature for a 25-year-old or whatever it is. Michael says, hey, Calvin, where's the cleanest beach near IT Park? Well, there's not many beaches near IT Park. You got to go to over the bridge to Lapu Lapu. And you may go on to one of those private resorts where they'll clean the beach. But your best bet, if you're in Cebu, is to go ahead and take that, go north and go to Bantayan Island. It's about 3.5 hours away. It's not, Cebu is congested. Those city beaches there, man, they're dirty. They're going to be dirty, the ones you're going to go to. Don Pino says, you once said you wish you retired at 50. Please elaborate why that is. Just curious about your thoughts on it. Have a blessed day. Well, it's because I would have got to enjoy more of my life. I don't think I'm any smarter at 55 than I was at 50. I certainly didn't have any more money. I actually had more money at 50 than I did at 55. And it just gave me more time to do the things that I wanted to do. Because those 5 years, I wasted them. Some people wouldn't have wasted them, but I did. I wasted 5 good years over there. I didn't save the money like I was supposed to. I'm 5 years older. I just wish that would have gave me 5 more years over here. Because I've acclimated to the Philippines, man. I'm in here. There's no better place for me. I mean, I can go visit other places, but there's no better place for me to live than the Philippines now. I've got it down pat. I know it in and out now. I know enough where I can live over here by myself. I know where to go and not to go. I know what to do, what not to do. I know who to deal with, who not to deal with, and all of that. I know the way things work over here. I'm not an expert, but I know enough. And it just gave me 5 more years. That's all. But there's more to the Philippines, guys. When we get over here, one thing you're going to notice about this place, your stress level is going to go way down. I got a friend who says he no longer takes his blood pressure medication anymore. Matter of fact, the doctor here took him off. He said he was on like 9 different medications when he came to the Philippines. He's been here, I want to say 9 months now. The doctor took him off for 6 of them. He's only on the 3. I think 1 is for cholesterol, and I forgot, but his blood pressure medications he's no longer taking. But you can see it. He looks so much younger. He looks so much happier. We're not dealing with the people we was dealing with at home. Filipinos will leave you alone over here. Okay? A lot of our problems was because we were sexually frustrated. Once you start having great sex on a regular basis, a lot of those problems start disappearing. So that's less stress. You don't work. You're retired, man. So you don't have the stress that work brings along with you. We live a simpler lifestyle over here. We're not arguing politics. Filipinos don't argue the stuff we argue. Politics, sports, race, religion. They don't do that. They don't argue about anything, really. They gossip. So your stress level's down. And that's why I say, we always end up getting on the topic of women, man. We got to stop this. That's really like a non-issue, man. But we always seem to turn the conversation to talking about women in relationships. That's a non-issue over here for a foreign man. You're going to have a woman over here. They're looking for you. They're hunting for you. You're the prey now. You're not the hunter. You're the prey now. Okay, so let's start focusing on other things, man. What's the best place for me to live that's, to my budget, that's, safe, and secure. Well, because my safety is very important. It's high on the list of things I'm looking for in places where I want to retire. Do I love the beach? Let's find the places where it's close to the things I like to do. So that's why I'm going to rent me a place at the beach. And I may live here half the time and the beach half the time. I already told Marilyn, it don't matter if she don't want me to do it or not. I'm going to do it. This is my life, because they will don't waste my time. You can waste yours all you want, but you're not going to waste mine. So that's what I want to do. That's what I'm looking for now, whether it's on Sikiwai or one of these places. I'm going to find me a little place and I'm going to rent it right by the beach. This is the things we need to be focused on. The hell with women, man. They're going to stress you out over here if you let them. So, yeah, guys, it's 12 o'clock. It's the day we go to the grocery. Thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for me. I don't take it for granted. This is your channel. Without y'all, there's nothing. For 6 months, 8 months, I talked to nobody. Trust me, my videos used to get 69 views, and different things like that. TJ Johnson said the biggest difficulty in being unmarried is it's going to be a pain in the ass to get her a transit visa to cruise out of Miami, Florida. Yeah, but you taught me a lot about that. You can do it a little bit at a time. Take her to Thailand. Take her to Bali, Jakarta. Get some stamps on that passport, guys, because the guy over here, he's over here now with his fiance. He flew her to Costa Rica, man, doing the lockdown. Well, and man, he said it was like going through the K-1 visa. But he's got government connections. He's like, how they got Secret Service for the president and vice president, right? But he's like the Secret Service equivalent to the Supreme Court justices. So he's got some connections. He was able to get all paperwork stamped and all that approvals and stuff. Imagine he flew the Filipino from the Philippines to Costa Rica, but what helped her was she was an OFW. So she had, some experience leaving the country and coming back. But he said it was a pain in the butt. It took a long time, a lot of paperwork. This is stuff, you want to be worried about. Not the actual woman. You're going to have that, guys. Come on. Hopefully on the next panel, I'm going to have a panel Tuesday, man. We won't go toward women because I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. Only thing to dating over here is no mystery. You just make your profile. 99% of the people you see who are married, dating Philippines, they met them online. Okay? 99%. Okay? That's it. That's dating over here for foreigners. Mr. INTP said, brothers, please break bread for Brother Cal. We need to support the brothers who are pushing good knowledge. Man, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Oh, yeah, this is perfect right here. He's telling the truth. I didn't know Craig Jacob even. I didn't know you ate here before. Me and Merlin, we've ate here several times, 3 times, I think. He said, Mr. INTP says, when you get to Bacala, look up Gunny's All-American Burgers. He's got real American food. I don't know where he gets his meat and stuff, but it's real hamburgers, steaks, the whole 9 yards. He's got good food. I've talked about it before. But take care, everybody. But, now that I got my theme song back, I got to play that. I guess I'm going to get to go. And did y'all watch that South Carolina and Iowa game? See, a lot of times these coaches, they get too much credit. If you got superior talent, you're going to win. That South Carolina coach, they should have put some type of trick defense on that young lady because nobody could stop her. That Caitlin Clark, I mean, she cooked South Carolina. They didn't have an answer for her.
Boots on the ground.
Now, believe it or not, even though that was a woman's game, it was one of the most exciting games I've seen. Certainly one of the best because they were going at it. But Iowa basically just had this guard, Caitlin. She got 41 of the 77 points. But there was nothing. I mean, they tried everything. They put just about everybody on this woman to try to stop her. But they should have went to like a zone or something. And, the game was over, man. I'm like, wow, hell, they just gave this Don Staley all this money. But, lady, that's because you got superior talent. You should have mixed it up to stop that girl. Okay, now watch this next game when they play LSU for the championship. I guarantee you they're not going to let that woman, they're not going to try to defend her one-on-one because they can't stop her, man. They called her like the Steph Curry of women's basketball, man. She was killing these people. Take care, everybody.